when I was in Nigeria, I had about 36 prayer points. These prayer points ranging from unknown gunmen, armed robbers, employment, promotion at work, prayers against malaria, prayers for electric, prayers for house rent, prayers for Food Next Day, prayers for Johnny Macy. So I literally prayed for everything in Nigeria. So my prayer point was a bunch of prayers that I needed to make to God. But then what happened was I got a visa to England. Arriving in England after about 1 month, I realized that most of my prayer points I had come over from Nigeria had disappeared because the system just answered most of my prayers. For instance, I didn't have to pray for Johnny Macy. I didn't have to pray for employment because I actually got a job 2 days after arriving and I get paid on time. And then when there's time for me to get promotion, they write me a letter and said, oh, you're due for promotion certain time. So nobody sits on it. There's no armed robbers. Sometimes I leave my home open and I go to work, I come back, my laptops, everything is intact. We don't have burglary proofs. We don't have big fence. So I didn't have to pray to God for all this that I prayed in Nigeria for. So now the question I ask is this, brethren, the God in Nigeria, is it different from the God in England? Why is it that the God did not answer my prayers in Nigeria, but as soon as I got to England, those problems disappeared automatically? I just realized that the government here had actually answered my prayers because they had provided every basic human needs to their citizens. There is NHS here, National Health Care Services. It is provided for free to citizens. If you are on benefit, you could get money from government every week for free. Everything is taken care of. If your child is in school, it is free. So I didn't have to pray for all this. So these are my worries that I came over from Nigeria with. It wasn't answered by God. It was actually answered by the politicians, the government, who have, again, looked after their citizens. Now, the question I ask is, Nigeria, your God, is it different from the God in England? How come that your God don't really answer prayers, but when you come here, these prayers are answered automatically? Now you see what I mean? That God is actually a human being. God is not some invisible force that you don't see out there that you continue to pray to. You have to start looking at your government as God, government of the day. And once you hold them responsible, they're going to provide you basic needs. You don't have to pray to God for basic needs. That's what I'm trying to say at Hungry and Angry. My name is Dr. Chito.